My name is Ferguson, and I'll be doing a speech on why the media informatics major should be changed. I'm a media informatics student, that is my major, and going through the program, I'm now junior, and going through it, I have noticed several things that should be changed or manipulated in order to set us up for the real world properly. According to NKU's website, media informatics brings together skills in writing, audio, interactive web design, 3D animation, and virtual worlds to create a rich life on screen. Sounds like the perfect combination, right? It sounds like you could leave NKU with this degree and get a job right away. All these assumptions would be correct, but that is exactly what they are, assumptions. The requirements for the media informatics major need to be changed and manipulated so that students can have a well-rounded set of skills that will set them up good for the real world when they leave NKU. Like every other major, media informatics has a checklist of requirements. The core requirements for media informatics are as follows: business programming or elementary programming, intro to media aesthetics, elementary web design or intro to web development, ethics of information technology, news writing 1 or broadcast news writing, web design for non-art majors, intro to 2D design, interactive nonlinear storytelling, advanced 2D design, digital media projects, and a senior practicum. That probably doesn't mean much to you, but in a nutshell, all of those requirements basically teach you different programs such as Flash and Maya for 3D, and they also teach you a little bit of coding. So, they all sound appealing and interesting, but there are two programs in the area that are high competitors when it comes to receiving a job upon graduation. One of the biggest and most popular programs in Cincinnati, and even in the country, is the University of Cincinnati's DAP Digital Design Program. According to DAP's website, ID International Design Magazine listed UC among the globe's top 10 design schools and the only public institution to make the list. With that high standard, something has to be setting DAP apart from the rest of the design programs. One thing that DAP does that Northern does not is make art foundations a requirement. This includes all of the basic drawing and design classes that set a student up with a good eye for shape and color schemes. Not only that, but students are able to sketch their ideas and present them in a more artistic manner, which is very important in today's industry. Another thing that DAP does that NKU does not is require co-ops. The students in the program are required to do at least 3 years of co-ops every other quarter. Doing this sets the students up with several years of experience before even graduating, which gives them a better chance at a job. Not only that, but real-world, hands-on work helps the students learn more than they would in the classroom. Another program that is known in the area, but is only a 2-year program, is the design program at Cincinnati State. This program is only a 2-year program, but if you're in the multimedia and web design program, it offers several more in-depth classes than that are required from NKU. For example, one of Cincinnati State's requirements, according to their website, is that you take a database design and SQL class and a JavaScript class. Those are basically coding classes that are very important to know if you want to design any kind of website. On top of that, they also require co-ops. It is sad that a 2-year school program prepares you more for the real world than a 4-year program here at NKU. With all that being said, there are 3 things that I think NKU should do to improve our program. The first thing that we need are art foundations and graphics classes. Calabash Animation in Chicago, when looking for employees, says, even if your ambition is to be a computer animator, drawing skills are very important. Without them, you become a sort of enabler to your computer, helping it do what it feels like doing. All the really outstanding computer animators I know initiate the creative process with a pencil and paper. As you can see, the first step in design is the actual art process. I'm not saying we need all of the art classes in the art program, but the 4 basic classes and a few graphics classes will be a great addition and almost a necessity for success in today's design world. It would even be nice if the Art Foundations classes were just for the media students and not with the art students. The second thing that I think that NKU needs to add is a requirement for co-ops. On careerbuilder.com, most design jobs require at least 3 years of experience. How are students supposed to get a job out of college that requires experience with no experience? Not only that, as I mentioned before, co-ops provide great hands-on learning for the student and may even narrow down what kind of job he or she would want to pursue after graduating. I've done a few internships in co-ops myself, and they're very helpful, especially when trying to realize exactly what I want to do with my major and my degree. The last thing I think NKU needs to do to the Media Informatics program is make it more concentrated. Right now, students learning a lot about they're learning a little about a lot. 3D animation should be a separate major from web design. There should also be more concentrated classes in each division. For example, in 3D, there should be a shading class, a character modeling class, a lighting class, and an animation class. For web development, there should be a database class, JavaScript class, CSS class, action scripts, etc. They should be more narrowed, so that way when you go into one class, you're not trying to learn 4 different languages of scripting, but you only learn 1. There should be an ability to overlap some of the classes if you wish. Say they had a web design major, they could take on a 3D animation minor. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to do a lot of 3D animation with just having it as a minor, but they could do that if they wanted. Either way, we need more class options and more concentrated majors. Another great addition that NKU is doing this year is adding the new informatics building. This is great, and it has lots of great technology, such as a big TV and digitorium is what they call it when you walk in, and it's going to be really cool. But I think with the updated technology, we need to update our program. If we want to do anything, and even compete with the schools that are around us, we can't keep going like we are. We have to change something. So I think that this year would be the perfect year when they open the new building to make the Media Informatics major something different along with it, setting not only its students up for success, but giving NKU a good name when sending their students out into the real world.